Last year we saw William Bonac come in second place, and he's a two-time Arnold Classic champion, a phenomenal competitor, carries a ton of muscle, but his name really hasn't gotten tossed around too much here in 2020, with all the focus being on Phil and Brandon. What does William Bonac have to do to walk away with a standout?
He's the closest thing we've seen to Phil Heath as far as muscle bellies, roundness, muscle that pops. You know, he's a hidden guy right now. He's training. He's one of our international guys that trains overseas, and you know, he's as dangerous as anyone is. He's been in my top 3 choice all along.
You know who I thought really was overlooked was William Bonac. Yeah. Bonac got overlooked, I think. I think he should have been in a higher cause. I think he was one of the last guys called.
I think his problem is that he's paying his dues right now with his first Olympia.
I can't see him falling out of the top 3. He's battled Brandon before. They've gone back and forth, maybe controversially or you know, was very, very close. I think a 1-point decision at the Arnold one year. But you know, when you have that roundness and you have that condition and that consistency, you can't overlook that. So he just doesn't have the airtime that some of the other guys have. He's just one of these. He's not very vocal, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's a bodybuilder. You know, he's a hardworking guy, and he's coming strong for this thing. I mean, people keep leaving him out of the positioning, but he's definitely a front runner for this contest.
We've had some questions about the lack of promotion for William Bonac, and it's certainly not an underestimating him thing on the Olympia side, but like you said, he stays pretty quiet. You know, he's had a handful of updates with him training where he's relatively covered up. I think one most muscular, we shared a video today of him doing some back training because it's been one of the first real looks that we've been able to get at his physique during this prep. But you know, certainly you're absolutely right. He brings that full muscle bellies and great conditioning. And in the era of social media, where there's sponsor pressure and follower pressure and everything to post pictures, Phil keeps it pretty low key. Do you think that's a strategy thing, a mental thing, or just he doesn't really care about sharing pictures thing?
I think I've worked with Hani Rambod before. I think it's kind of something where he always preferred him to stay under wraps a little bit, where it may affect people differently in their head with the exposure of what they kind of look like. Some guys thrive off of it. Others, it may mess with their head a little bit. So I think, you know, for him, he always took that different approach. It's not anything. It's been the same pretty much through his whole career. He stayed pretty low key, and he might show a glimpse. I'm sure he looks amazing, but you know, he's definitely one to watch for sure.